Well, tonight, an On Your Side investigation digs deeper into a problem that really gets worse every minute that action is not taken. We first showed you last night how nearly 70 miles of tidal sensors along the St. Johns River are no longer funded, and those sensors are critical.
That's right. So without those sensors, vital data in the event of a hurricane is lost. And tonight, a senator's office finally reached out only after seeing our story. Here's Shelby Danielson with the latest.
For months, there has been no action taken by lawmakers on this important issue until now.
Ms. Cook with Senator Rubio's office. How are you? We've sent an email to your office March 19th.
All year, their plea for help has gone unanswered. Captain Mike Getchell and a number of other activists have worked tirelessly to try and save a network of tidal sensors strategically placed along the St. Johns River. They are the source of information for the National Weather Service when it comes to floods, storm surges, hurricanes, all data that leads to warnings and evacuations.
In the federal courthouse, okay. Well.
In the middle of our interview on Thursday,
Thank you.
a call, finally, from Senator Marco Rubio's office.
Well, she said, I saw the report last night.
That's great.
You know, so she wants to get together next week.
Locally,
Monday.
Jacksonville City Council members say they were taken by surprise.
I am, and City Council are pretty late to the party.
City Councilwoman Lori Boyer says they just found out about the sensors.
Everything I got back in terms of responses indicated that they're a very valuable resource.
NOAA meteorologist Al Sandrick called Boyer out, saying, quote, I've never met one who wanted less data, and especially during a storm. He goes on to say, we just can't provide the current level of service to the city without that sensor. $750,000 has been requested just to keep 3 of the 64 critical sensors functioning along the St. Johns River. For First Coast News, I'm Shelby Danielson, On Your Side.